So here I want to tell you that that everybody should understand. So you see, when you meditate on emptiness, due to Kasota, they are married to collected by oneself 3 times, and 3 times married to collected by numberless Indians, numberless Buddhas. Kasore. Which is empty from it, which is empty. Or empty from one side, more clear for like me or the beginners, you see. So more clear when they say empty from its own side. What is empty is more clear. Or say which exists in mere name. So but maybe for some people that which exists in mere name might turn out into nihilism. I wondered. Might turn out into nihilism. Like what the Rangjuba think, South Tantrika think, school think, like that. May think like that. Nihilism, following nihilism. Or South Tantrika think. That doesn't exist. Things doesn't exist in mere name, no. Things exist in name, yes. Leveled by mind and exist from its own side. So that's it. So only existing from its own side, not mind leveling, so that they don't accept that. So that's the objective refuted according to Rangjuba, South Tantrika. I think possible, some people might think nihilism, like Rangjuba. So do not exist from its own side is more clear. For that kind of, meditation more clear, do not empty of existing from their own side. So all the merits collected by oneself, sentient beings, Buddhas, all the merits is 3 times merits, they're empty, which are empty. So especially that might fall nihilism. might follow nihilism if you don't know what to think. You might follow nihilism. Meditating, not emptiness, but you are meditating nihilism. You have to be very careful in this. This is my suggestion. You may be thinking meditating emptiness, but you are not meditating emptiness. You are meditating nihilism. You see, that which is empty, so means it doesn't exist. It means it doesn't exist. You see? So like that. So, I was trying to ask Cousin Shiva a couple, what are the differences when you realize, for the mind who realizes emptiness, I, and for that mind, realizing I, empty, for that mind, what's the difference between that and the mind which is feeling nihilism? There's an I. What are the differences? But I didn't have enough merit to receive clear answer. No, he pushed me. And he said, I exist. I exist. With the worry of for the nihilism, I exist. But you see, I was asking the difference for the mind, seeing realizing seeing that as empty, and realizing emptiness, you see, and then the mind following nihilism. What are the differences? So, yes, I didn't have enough marriage. So, yes, that's true. I mean, the Gaden Chiva, so Rijin Rama Tongaba, you see. So then I asked Khandula, what is she thinking? That's a very important point. If you don't know that, then you see mental endless. If you use that, but you see much of the mental nihilism. If you're not careful. So Khandula told me, of course, I mean, great. Of course, Kathan Shiva would have. So, yes, she said, you see that when you material empty, when the water says empty, there's something very strong. Something very strong. You see, understand something very strong. And that is, nihilism is not like that. Not strong, I say. For example, you look for the table. This is the table, this is table, this part of the table, this side, this side, this. You don't find table at the end. You don't find table. No table. You don't find any parts. This is not table, that and this, like it. So you don't find any table. By checking on the pieces and the whole thing, you don't find table. You see? So that is falling. If you believe there is no table, that is nihilism. That is nihilism. Everybody should understand. Yeah, I'm telling you, everybody should understand. That's falling nihilism. Not realizing emptiness. Not realizing emptiness. You should know, everybody should know, not realizing emptiness. You're falling nihilism. Okay? Lama Tsongkhapa said, Pumba. Usually in the Kawa Pumba is used for example, text, the breathing text. So Pumba, you check the Pumba vase, this vase, okay? This is not vase, this is not vase, this not vase, you see, neck into the stomach. So it's, then at the end there's no vase. So you see, no recognition what it was. So after all that, after all that, so that is a falling nihilism. That is a falling nihilism. Destroying the dependent arising. The tendency be tongbe tendency be tongbe chalu imbes. It is a wherever there's appearing destroying the dependent arising. The vase is a dependent arising. Vase exists in mere name, mere level of our mind, relating to the base. So there's a vase existing in man. So, but this way of checking destroys the vase, dependent arising. There's no vase. At the end, they said, Nawatang. I don't know. Nawatang dental not recognized the appearance and dressing. I think at the end something like that. So you see, this is very important. So Pende, from Nalanda, old Unze, for many years, he did meditation in Shunyata. I mean, I don't know, I think table or something, I'm not sure. Meditation on emptiness. So he looked, he checked where the table is. He could not find. I think it's a table, could not find it. Then he's either way checking, nothing, no connection with the first thing, true lesson table. No touch. Gagja, never touch gagja. Gagja is like that. Very, very, very heavily left there in a view. But never touch. Or the table. Or there's no table. They could not find table. Then he went to get some protector. So I think Tree went to people to attack. He went to ask Rinpoche. Oh, then if you don't see, then there's the emptiness. So that was a very easy one. Look, so then we went to ask another Geshe. Oh, that's it. Don't find table. What? So I checked. He said, oh, then you don't find it. Realize everything. He told me. It's not like that. So, sorry, not that I have realization, but it's just, in Italy, well-learned Geshe, yes. So I checked, he said, oh yes, that's a mental emptiness. It's very, very common non-learned Geshe. That's you look at the eye from the head and down the feet. Oh, and there's the eye. Oh, of course that's mental emptiness. He said, oh, that's very common. That mental emptiness is very common in the monastery. Very common. He said, okay, then I want to see the text. I want to see the text. This is mental emptiness. And he says he will look for text. So by the time tomorrow lunch, he says, I tried to look but didn't find. He said that's known, that's well-known meditation emptiness. Oh, that's well-known meditation emptiness. But this was, so but I want to see the text. Tomorrow by lunchtime, he said, couldn't find it. So you see, if there is a meditation emptiness, because that's correct meditation emptiness, why so much in Lamrim explained gagja? Why? Why? Gagja ngebene, chaba ngebene, tumam, everything. 4-point analysis. You go through that. 4-point analysis. Gagja ngebene, why did it come first? Why? Why did it come first? Why? You see? There's so much talk in the Lamrim. The essence of philosophy in the Lamrim. Yeah. Why? What is the purpose of that? You see? What's the purpose of that? Why you ever getting him? Why you don't need that? You just meant, where's the temple? The eye? You leave the gagja there, because trueless and eye, trueless and table, just leave it there. Never touch. So, never touch the becomes meditation emptiness. You understand? But it's a very simple thing. Very simple, but the most important point. You see, if you want to shoot your enemy, thief or whatever it is, if you don't recognize that, how you're going to shoot your friend? There's danger to you might shoot your friend. You see? So, like that. Yeah. So you have to recognize first before you shoot it. You have to recognize the target. We shoot. So, same thing. So meditation and the same thing. But of course, you see, you never know. You can never tell who the person is. Could be just manifested to me like that. You never know. You see, to make clear for my mind, even it's mistaken, but for me to make more clear, who knows? One thing that you see, you look at the table, you don't touch at all. That's everything. A true relation table, real table, you don't touch. Leave it there in your view, and that's what the table is. Then you don't find the same vase. There's nothing to point out this vase. You see, the dependent rising vase that was dependent rising tenjung tendel exists in mere name, but depending on the world base, but even the world mind, those two, but depending on those two, then it exists. It exists in mere name. Depending on that, world mind, exists in mere name. Mainly because the world base is there. Which receives name vase. Or which receives this thing, limit of things, which receives name table. Depending to this, then related, depending to this, body mind labeling, merely labeling table. So that's all. That's all exists in man like that. So it is unbelievable subtle. What the table is, unbelievable subtle. Whatever what appear to you, what you believe, never like that, at all. Same thing with the eyes. If you analyze it, dependent rising, the mill exists in mere name. So it exists, yes, but it's so subtle. So anyway, so you see, after looking eye, never touching the gagja of the person. Whether eye second, at the end you don't find nothing to recognize. There's the eye. So you see, now that one idea is that doesn't give you. For raw intelligence, it gives fear, unbelievable fear, because you have been believing from beginningless rebirth, Even believing real I. from beginning. So now now you don't find that. Now you don't find the real I. Now there's a real I, the gagja. So this gagja. This is now you see a total absence, doesn't exist. So you see, now because you have been believing from beginning to the birth, not only from this morning birth, no, from beginning. So then you get incredible fear in your heart, in the low intelligence, low bodhisattva, incredible fear. Why fear arises? You understand from beginning to the birth, you've been interesting, appearing, and you've been interested in that. 100%, realize all the time. You do everything for that. You do everything for that. Every single action to get happiness for that, to go on to get suffering for the realize. Every single action, they're not. Which is not that. So, you see, so now you realize it's not there. So called fear arises, Baba. But you see, without touching, there's no I, this is no I, this is no I. You see, then there's no, at that time, see, there's nothing to find out, but there's no fear, there's no real fear. Because it doesn't hit, it doesn't, if you're shooting, the bullet doesn't hit the ignorance. Why you don't fear? Why this way checking doesn't cause fear, big fear? Because it's like shooting arrow. It doesn't hit the ignorance. Ignorance, your root of samsara, ignorance, it doesn't hit. You see? It's ignorance is comfortable left there. Ignorance is comfortable left there. Comfortable left there, you never touch. So of course no fear, no real fear. You see the big difference, those two big differences. You look for the real I, not mere level, but if you look at it very subtle, not merely merely labeled by the mind. I exist not merely labeled by mind. So that's very subtle. Very, very subtle. Thank you, Akasa. So, when you don't find that at all, total nonsense. No way. Total nonsense. So, you see, something very strong. Yeah, it's huge difference. Affect the mind. The other one, no fear. No fear. Yeah, not that much fear. So the ignorance kept. Ignorance, root of ignorance is well kept. It never touch the enemy. Never touch to the Mara. Your Mara. You see? You understand? So it's huge difference. So Kandala said, you see, what the mind difference is that seeing empty is something very deep. The time marriage, clarifying oneself, symptoms, all very deep. Very deep. You see the difference. Then with the eye, something empty, but deep. Then, I didn't say like this, but that's what she said. But so I'm just delivering. So sentence means the enlargement, deep. So there's no real I. There's no real merit, real I. There's no real enlargement. Something very deep. and real sentiment, something very deep. Then enlightenment, real deep. And by oneself, by real oneself, deep. Like that real one, totally non-existent. In the Puyans, totally non-existent. Something very deep. So you see, yeah. Otherwise, if you're not careful, you see, our meditation becomes nihilism. You have to know that. Oh, there's a danger. It's very easy. Empty. Then like doesn't exist. You see, it becomes nihilism. Meditation nihilism. Oh, there's a danger. If you don't know how to meditate emptiness, if you miss the biggest point, most important point, gagja everything. If you miss that, or then your meditation becomes meditation of nihilism. To that, one thing to clarify. Okay, so presumption.
I have one question. Just one question.
Yeah.
Is there time, please? Just, Rinpoche was saying about the fear. So that's the deep, if you hit. And there's, if you hit deeply.
Can you wait for the microphone, please? Thank you.
Rinpoche, if I understand correctly, Rinpoche was saying if you hit deeply, then the fear comes. And so then I'm wondering when...
No, it's always fear. I mean, low intelligence fear, but high bodhisattvas, great happiness, unbelievable happiness, tears come, hairs stood up. That's, it was some, I think our student, Ma, she nearly one monk got that experience. So that, no, it's always fear.
But if the fear does come, because fear usually, when you have fear, usually it's an overwhelming state of mind, and fear implies that you become a bit paralyzed or you can't think, like a deer in headlights. You can't, when you have fear. And so if you're meditating on emptiness and you have fear come, then what do you do?
When the fear comes, then you jump up and dance. And you eat ice cream. Or you go to the beach and lay down naked. No, this question is very important what she asked. Anyway, it doesn't matter, you explained to the wife here, but I didn't hear exactly. But that's a very important question. Jabja Kundalambaram mentioned that is a fear rising, that a child riding on horse. Child riding on horse. Child riding on horse. You see, child did come on the horse, but didn't know how to ride a horse. So didn't know complete experience. Didn't know complete experience of realizing emptiness. The total, complete experience doesn't know that. So some know, some doesn't know. So then, then fear comes. So the child is on the horse, but didn't know how to ride. So the fear rises. So Rinpoche used a child riding on a horse. So knows some subject emptiness, but doesn't know the full experience. Didn't know full about the experience. Even you didn't have experience, but up to know from experienced Lama. You see, to know the complete. So yes, you need to share a complete experience about it. So then you know how to do. So like this. So like this. For example, when we recite Heart Sutra, when you say no, some fear rises. That's a very good one. That means your target arrow is hitting on the right target, enemy, in T or. So when you say no, that it is hitting your target, ignorance, the root of samsara. It is hitting to that conception of the true existence. So it's hitting to that. So that's why the fear rises. That's why, you see, when you read even small fear rises during that time. Know this, know that. You see, that is hitting to correct, hitting to the ignorance. So the fear rises. So that's a good one. I'm just giving you an example. Okay, so now you see, when you right after you when you start to see emptiness of the eye, the preliminary is recognizing gagja. Right after the appearing real I, that you entrust 100%. There is gagja. You debate, other times you have so much debate, but you always think this is not gagja, this is the, You see, but suddenly you come to know this is gagja. This is realized gagja. And then right after that, right after you recognize the gagja, the eye, you see, realize. Then you see, it cannot last, it cannot exist by itself. No. Cannot exist by itself. Realize, see. After you recognize gagja, it's no choice. It's kadori. You realize, you see, there's total false. So there's total false, that's the way to recognize gagja. Total false. So when you try to realize that the total false, it cannot stay. It cannot stay by itself. No choice. Well, how to say, dissolve, I don't know, but correct, but see, cannot stay. So you start to see that itself is non-existent. You understand? That itself non-existent. So you see, you've been holding the eye from beginning lesson about up to now like this. So real eye and real on holding the real eye and cherish so much. From cherish then the numberless sentient beings, more important than numberless sentient beings. oh, this I. Oh, not only real I, but there's a real I, but you cherish the real I. Like this, understand? They're not all temporary. So then, when you after recognize the gagja, then you see, there's nothing there. There's nothing there to hold on. You have nothing to hold on to. Suddenly you discover there's nothing to hold. It doesn't go anywhere through the chimney or through the door, window or cabin. No. You see, but suddenly there's nothing there. Oh, just like that. I mean, we talked one day before, some time ago. Suddenly there's something, not only I, your view of real form, real sound, real sound, smell, fart, whatever. So, you see, just tenfold, like that, like the eye, not there. I think I told you the Washington, but you said what honorable state, it's come to that conclusion to not exist, but the real house, Washington, you see. So through meditation, the short time, so come to that. So that's guess, that's just idea, you see. Anyway, so not an I, whole thing, everything is like that, whole thing. Your whole world, not that, not Washington, the whole world is like that. We have hallucination. Everything real. And the concept which interests, that's the basis of problem. All the samsara problem came from that. From that concept, all the samsara problem came from that. All the problem what we have, all came from that. You have to know that. Understand? Mm-hmm. Oh, so there's a. So looks you start seeing emptiness, but then you see, because you don't know whole experience. You're not explained by, you didn't get explanation, or then, even though you're studying scriptures, but you see, so you are afraid you're falling in nihilism. Because you see, there's the I. Then nothing to hold on. So you're falling, you don't know exactly the experience of emptiness. So you're falling in nihilism. Oh, I'm falling in nihilism. Oh, it's so dangerous, I'm falling in nihilism. So you try to hold, you try to believe, that's I, you try to believe, yeah? You are in the correct process. But because you don't know whole information, so you try to block. You complete realization. It's happening, but you block by yourself. So, I'm falling in. I'm falling in. See? Then you try to think, there's I. So then is the experience to realize, to completely realize the emptiness, and stopped for a long time. For a long time it doesn't happen, it blocks. So that, you see, you have strong devotion to the Guru. looking at Buddha. Then you do continual purification, collecting merits with that Buddha, that continual. Then that time, because the imprint from past life, reading Emptiness teaching or hearing listening teaching, so imprint left. So because of this, then there's the right time, everything is ready, at the right time. You see, so you get experience. But then, because you don't know all experience, so then, this danger happens. So you see, so therefore you see, now that's what happens is the best success. Is what you haven't realized from beginning of this report up to now. Now that's happening. So, so what you do is that, you see, you have to cross the river. You have to cross the river. You should get other side. You should continue. You should continue going. Even the fear rises. You should not stop. That becomes the biggest obstacle. So you should continue. You should continue. And so like you're crossing the bridge, you're crossing the river, you're crossing the river, reach the other side. So if you continue to cross, you reach the other side. All like that, even the fear comes, you see, that's a very good sign, fear comes. So you must continue. That you appear like nihilism, there's no I. Yeah, you see? You should continue with the fear. You should complete that. You should complete that experience. You should go through, not stop. Why that experience happens? Ketsan Jayamulam. Ketsan, which is, I don't know, one of the past lives, who was Bodhisattva. Explained in his teaching of Mahamudra. Why you get experience? There is no I. You're not following nihilism, but look like that. You think like that. You look like that, but you're not following nihilism. As I said before, it's unbelievable fear that you're not following nihilism. This is correct. So that's what special raw intelligence. You see? So what this appearance happening in the denial is because it is proving you, showing you, proving you. There is no real I. The proving that there is no real I. There is no real I on the aggregates. There is no real I. There is no real I. There is no true existence. There is no real one. There is no real I on the middle level I. On the aggregates, on the middle level I, there is no true existence. For you, look like that's not Paulinism, like that. That's happening because there's proof you on the aggregates, there's no real I. On the middle level I, there's no real I. There's no true existence in that. So that's what can Jamalam. So if I say another way, there's no I on the I. There's no I on the I. So There is no eye on the eye means there is no eye on the eyes. So, on the eye is a mere level eye. There is no eye on the eye on first one, mere level. So there is no eye. That is the real eye. That is the true existence. That is the true existence. So there is no eye on the eye means there is no true existence. On the mere level eye. So there's no eye on the eye. So same thing. There's in the flower or the tanka, the brocket, yellow, red, blue. I mean, you see, the red on the red, blue on the blue, all like that, you see. So similar, you can. So, so like that. The first one is what's mere labeled. There's a red on the red. So on the red, there's a middle level red. Then the second one is real red. That's true existence. So I mentioned the other day, emptiness on the table, emptiness on the vase, emptiness on the eye. The philosophical text talk about permitting it to any, targeting it to any, lighting it to any. Emptiness on the eye, emptiness on the table, emptiness. So you see, and now you see in Qatar. Yeah, so the Qatar. So first, second, you see, I think I explained to you about one time before during the initiation or something. So for example, aggregates, the aggregates, mind focus on aggregates, mind focus on the aggregates. So merely imputed eye. That mind merely imputed eye. So the first split seconds was unbelievable subtle. There's eye, but that is what's there. There's eye, but there. It exists in mere name. It's unbelievable subtle what it is. So that's all the action. Create virtue, experience happiness. Create non-virtue, experience suffering. So all in mere name. Achieve enlightenment in the mere name. Experience suffering in the mere name. Experience hell, mere name. Experience nirvana, mere name. Experiences suffering samsara in mere name. So that. So okay. So then the Kasuri, then you see. So next thing is next split second is you see what is merely labeled by the mind, then that should appear back. should appear back as it is merely labeled, but doesn't appear. That is the correct one. But because negative imprint left on the mental continuum from beginning to the birth by ignorance, but samsara ignorance, holding the real real eye. So leaving negative imprint from beginning to the birth on the mental continuum. So then immediately after you create the eye mirror level by mind, or then the next second, then this negative imprint is not purified. So this project, so decorate, project or decorate on that real existing from its side. real, that truly exists by itself, it's by nature, so real one. So this common word that we everyday use, real one. So it means exists from inside. So the third, that's the second, So that your mind mentally fabricated, projected or decorated, like the three purification, decorated, that real one. Then the third is split second, then you entrust, to your mind, your ignorance, totally entrust that, believe that, totally entrust that. This is true, or that concept is your root of samsara, from where all the past, present, future, all the suffering arises, about old age, sickness, and death. All the suffering and change, all come from that. All the samsara pleasure, nature of suffering, come from that. And pervasive compound suffering, kappa basis of two other suffering, all come from that. This concept, from this concept, is entrust this. We live our life day and night. We do every single action for this real I, but it's not there. We go to kindergarten, go to university to get degree, to get job for this real I. It's not there. To be president America, president of France. This is real life, but it's not there. Anyway, so husband, wife, children, I don't know what else, many, but it's real life, but it's not there. To become millionaire, billionaire, for this eye, but it's not there. So you cheat others, you kill others, animals and people, whatever you can, then it should get happiness for this eye. Lama negative karma, for this eye, but it's not there. So anyway, other lives like this. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, that's true. Yeah. So, you see how it happens. I'm telling you, like that, I explained the three evolutions, you see. So anyway, the root of samsara, how we create the root of samsara, you understand? So it's just a concept, Wow. From where everything comes suffering, oceans of samsara, we create samsara is that. So anyway, the main thing is, what's Rinpoche explained? Okay, diamond. All of that. So there you look like falling in nihilism, but not falling in nihilism because of fear. But here is wanted. So you should continue that. You should go through the fear. So like crossing the river, get the other side. If you get back, then you never don't reach the other side. So you should go through this. By knowing that you're so fortunate now, by knowing that you should go through that, then you can realize. You're just about realize. Really, the most fortunate one, not to be free from samsara, to start with that, you see. So result to be so from developing the wisdom, then the direct perception, then that helps to see the seed of delusion karma. Then you bring private delusion karma, then private samsara. So you continue the experience, go through the fear, complete. So that must be that. And so the feeling as well that I'm for nihilism, that comes, then there's a Ketan, which was said, get the time and all of that. Oh, so then, that they need to that. There's one time when everything's ready, when everything's kind of go together in your mind, you see, devotion to the Guru is strong devotion, then not distance, then develop, then continual purification, correct merit. Then it was because due to past image, then nowadays, then it walks, you see, experience, correct experience. Then you see, I think this is most important, that you are happening, success happening. So you recognize that, go through, not stop. Is it okay? Clear? Is it a little bit clear? Huh?
Yes, Rinpoche.
Okay, good night.